I'm here at IBM with Isuru Fernando. Do you want to just introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Sure. I'm Isuru Fernando, and I work as a technology specialist at the IBM Systems and Group Technology Group.
Okay. Something that kind of interests me, and it's obviously something that within IBM and specifically your role in IBM, you will have seen how innovation is changing, the pace of innovation and accessibility of innovation is changing. Do you want to give me your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so the interesting thing about the way innovation has been changing over the last couple of decades is that it's no longer technologically driven, but it's more socially driven. Great leaps in technology are made by people who are passionate, enthusiastic, and who have the ideas rather than large corporations. IBM has always been operating in this manner. For example, the hard disk was invented by IBM about 50 to 55 years ago, and this was done by a group of individuals who worked outside the paradigms of operating a corporate culture, came up with a piece of new technology that was groundbreaking and created a new market that's quite pervasive in all the technology that we use.
So that's really interesting. I think your example of the hard disk and the fact that it was created by IBM, but by, if you like, a skunkworks division. I've got this theory that the corporate is almost unable or unwilling to innovate, and that all innovation is going to happen from either small startups or small groups within corporates. Is that a view that you concur with?
Yeah, so this gives rise to the concept of professional amateurs, where people who are passionate love to do a task and they do it to such high quality. Right? And what we're seeing, like you said, more and more of these groups coming forward, and this has typically been because of our ability to share and disperse knowledge within groups. Right? So we have technology nowadays that allows people to connect with each other, to share their knowledge and form communities of interest. And with these, we're seeing really radical changes in innovation in emerging markets. I'm not just talking about professionals. I'm talking about we're hearing stories of children in villages who read books and innovate for their village by building things like windmills and wells and drainage systems. These are really groundbreaking things for them. And we're seeing more and more organizations recognizing that this is probably the way to go forward. And organizations like IBM are embracing this. For example, take the electrical system, the grid. Once again invented several years ago, we've got more and more devices connecting to the grid, but it hasn't had an upgrade. So corporations like IBM are pairing up with these, as you said, skunkworks thought groups around the world to see how they can innovate the grid.
So I think what happened in years gone by was that innovation was very resource dependent, and it was only the corporates that had the resource base to be able to do that. And so I think I've got a thesis that says that at the moment what we're seeing is a real democratization of innovation because those resources are that much more ubiquitous. And so that innovation, the passion's always been the same. People have always wanted to innovate, but where the innovation is going to be executed from is democratizing throughout society. Is that?
Yeah, and we're seeing that more pervasive in not just the way people are connected, but the cost of entry to sharing knowledge has been reduced. We've moved from being a data-centric society to an information society to now of a knowledge society, where knowledge is really key to progressing ourselves. And it's not just connecting people that's important. What we're going to see in the future is also objects being able to connect to each other, people connecting with objects. For example, things like augmented reality, will let people enter a new environment and learn about the environment as quickly as possible. We're going to be able to have objects connecting to each other. For example, a well in a remote village can have a monitoring system for the level of bacteria or the level of sewage in it, and can call back to a government body who's monitoring these things, and we can monitor the spread of disease and infection